Hi everybody, it's Ivy Blackfire. Welcome to my channel. On my channel I talk about Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, A Song of Ice and Fire, maybe some other TV and books. Not sure yet. This is brand new. This is kind of just a fun thing that I'm doing. I've been waiting for a while to do this video. I wanted to do it right after the episode aired and then I didn't, and I'm gonna do it now. Better late than never, right? Because we have a lot of time until season 2 of House of the Dragon. So today I'm gonna talk about why didn't Rhaenys blow the greens away with Meleys in the dragon pit? Why did that not happen? I do feel like this was a really divisive thing in season 1 of House of the Dragon. There were a lot of people who were like, why didn't you do this? And I mean, let's just be real for a minute. If she would have, we wouldn't have had a season 2. Well, we probably would have had a season 2, but not if it would have gone the way that everybody thought it would have, which I'll talk about in a minute. But let's just talk about it because I think there are a few reasons why she didn't. One, let's go with the show version. It wasn't her war to start. She did say that in episode 10. She said it wasn't her war to start, and that's true. I mean, it wasn't. She wasn't necessarily on a side at that point. She needed to talk to her husband because he's really the one who made the decision in episode 10 that they were going to side with Rhaenyra. And if you think about it, she blames the death of her 2 children on Rhaenyra and Daemon because she thinks that her son Laenor is dead because for whatever reason they didn't tell her. I mean, that's something I need to make a video about because I think that's a much bigger question in my mind. But this is the question that everybody asked, so this is the question that I'm talking about today. So she was really undecided. It wasn't her war to start. You know, in Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, being a kinslayer or being a kingslayer, those are both bad things you don't want to be, and she would have been both. In one dragon fire breath, she would have become both, and that's what she would have been known for, and that wasn't fair to her. It's not fair to put her in a position to say, oh, you should have done that, because it would have ended the war. Now, secondly, Rhaenys did not read Fire and Blood. She didn't know what was going to happen. Yes, was there probably going to be a war? Absolutely. But it's not like they knew that. I mean, Rhaenyra could have just said, you know what? I'm going to accept your terms. We're going to do this. It's not fair, but you were there and I wasn't, blah, blah, blah. That could have happened. Rhaenys didn't know. So for those of us who have read Fire and Blood, we knew what was coming, and this whole dragon pit thing was show only, so we were like, oh, she could have done that, but she didn't. And I think that one of the reasons is because she didn't know the future. She couldn't tell the future. Now, again, I also believe that it has to do with she did not want to make a decision without Corlys, because at that time she's kind of acting as the head of her house, but she's not really, because Corlys is still alive. Now we can argue back and forth as much as we want, is that fair or not, but it's how it is. So now the biggest reason why Rhaenys did not dracarys is because there is another son of Alicent Hightower and Viserys Targaryen, and I made a video which I'll share whichever side it is about Daeron. Yes, they did not show Daeron in the show. They did not even mention him. I wish they would have. Just a casual mention of like, oh, hope Daeron's doing well in Old Town. I mean, anything would have been good. But he was in the opening credits, and then both House of the Dragon and George R.R. Martin did say he would be in season 2. So we know he is alive. And you have to consider this. If Rhaenys would have just blown everybody away, first of all, that would have looked bad for her and Rhaenyra and the Blacks, period. But also, Hobart Hightower is in Old Town and Daeron is there. And he most likely would have pushed for Daeron to be the rightful heir. Because if Aegon was crowned king, and he was, he had a son, 2 sons. He had a brother, 2 brothers, even though we only see Aemond. So if he was crowned king, and he was, then the succession would have gone down from him. So in my opinion, that is the biggest reason that it didn't make sense for Rhaenys to just burn everybody alive, because there was still there still could have been a war. It just would have been between Rhaenyra and Daeron, not Rhaenyra and Aegon. So that's my opinion, but what is yours? I would love to hear your opinions in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I'll be making more House of the Dragon videos all the way through to season 2. Fingers crossed that season 2 is amazing because I really enjoyed season 1 personally. I'm going to be going back and watching all of the episodes and doing little breakdowns and reviews on them. So make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.